Ladies, what is your best post-breakup glow-up advice and tips? I went to the salon after my ex of 3+ years was caught cheating on me and got the works. Haircut, dyed, eyebrows done, nails done, toes done. Then I went to Sephora and got a makeover done for the first time in my life. Then I got new glasses instead of my cheaper whatever, so I can just see frames. Then I went to the mall to get new outfits. Went home to rearrange my entire apartment and did a photoshoot so I could remember how I felt/looked after that was done. I had lost the last of the weight I'd been trying to drop while we were together, and this was all at the healing mark. So 4 months later, when feeling lonely by myself, I would put on new clothes, do my hair, and do a photoshoot in my bedroom. I enjoyed reading every part of this. Thank you. I love it all /U0001F0. I'm feeling this and so looking forward to following in these footsteps. So happy for you. Every big and small act of self-love is a giant leap in the direction of healing and recovering. It definitely is about feeling good. I started playing with my hair again and doing light makeup even when I'm not going out anywhere. My last relationship drained me so much that these little things are making a huge difference in how I see and feel about myself. Not my words, but I recently saw give the gym at least as many chances as you gave that man. Small consistent effort works best. Ito Fitness. I love this. Thank you. Not sure how specifically this applies to you, but /U/octopus10 said this a few months ago. https://reddit.com/r/squaman over30/comments/15 revlid/watts_helped_build_self_esteem confidence/jway1ei/ and it is literally my Roman Empire. As the kids say, when I feel not good enough for something or someone, I ask myself, who benefits from my low self-esteem? Looking back, a lot of shitty people benefited from it. Apostrophe. Wow, I love this. Much needed and appreciated. Thank you. I started working out after 2 weeks every day. Every single day. I didn't go hard, otherwise I wouldn't have lasted. I started with just walking on the treadmill every 2 days and do some strength training 3x a week. Beginner friendly. It's been 3 years and I have been in the best shape in my life and love being active and working out now. I used to do it to distract me. Now I do it because I love it. I'd also reach out to friends and try to find new friends. If I got rejected, I didn't care. I had to make new friends, otherwise I would have no one. My best friends and family live in another country. I started therapy 2 years after, but wished I did that earlier. All such solid advice. Thank you. I love this. Spending time with family and laughing has been healing. I look forward to making new friends, and I have been thinking about therapy for a long time. Looking forward to working out consistently as well as attending therapy. Divorced at 32. I had the best time reliving my 20s with the income of my 30s. I found the most fulfillment reconnecting with my family and friends, and making friends with my neighbors and coworkers, a thing I just didn't have money or energy for when I was married. I have 2 close friends that are my travel buddies. I think that's the lasting hobby that I've kept. Very inspirational. Thank you. Traveling is crucial. I want to do more of this. Date yourself. Fall in love with yourself. Indulge in yourself by leaning into whatever routines and disciplines leave you feeling your best. When I'm 34, feeling this way, I stock up on my favorite indulgence tea and try to nail down my yoga/exercise routines. Meditation, journaling, gratitude exercises, nutritious, body and soul, food, phone calls with old friends, if possible. Wishing you the best. This is everything. Thank you for sharing. I love it all and will follow these tips. I've always loved dating myself. Most journaling is one of my absolute favorites. I don't know if you do skincare, but I get a big bottle of whatever vitamin C serum I can find at my local Mars Hall/Ross. Not sure if you have that. I found that using vitamin C serum works wonders, and it doesn't seem to make much of a difference what kind I get. I also started doing facial yoga 3-4x a week. I've been doing it for about 2 months and I'm seeing a little bit of lift. and tightening, which is encouraging. I watched some YouTube videos and put together a little routine for myself. I also have always done new/weird hobbies. My latest thing is mermaid swimming. I bought a fin and tail and joined a group in my area. I love it, and it is such a huge source of creativity and personal fulfillment. OMG, I love it all. I've always wanted a mermaid tail and to master that art. Amazing. I have also recently learned about facial yoga and I'm obsessed. Excited to continue consistently. I love skincare. I will look for it. C serum. Appreciate you. Hobbies really are everything. I'm getting back to what I love most, which is writing, reading and photography. Drinks out with strong independent friends were a lifesaver for depression and isolation. I wasn't afraid to say, dude, I'm depressed. I broke up with ex. I need to go out and have fun. I read every self-empowerment book for women that I could find and watched self-help videos to fix my attachment style, because for me, it was part of why I ended up in that place to begin with. I got a nose job I wanted to get for like 20 years. I started working out, not because of him or anything, but because I realized that me neglecting myself was the reason why I was vulnerable to insecurity. I regularly wore makeup, did my hair, even to go to supermarket. I didn't do a full face. I'm not even good at makeup, but I always presented myself in decent conditions. Mostly because I was done with seeing myself being miserable. I loved reading this. Thank you for sharing. I completely agree. I'm also on the self-empowerment train for reading and watching. So helpful. Happy for you. I'm starting to do light makeup just for me and making sure I'm presentable in ways that make me feel good when I do go out, even when I'm just at home. This is becoming a game changer for me. Small but effective. I look forward to drinks out with strong and independent friends. I'm very isolated now and totally starting over. It will be a joy to make new friends and be able to do this and feel confident and secure in my connections/friendships. Great advice. Go sign up for martial arts. My suggestion is Muay Thai or BJJ. I swear you won't regret it and you'll be a whole new person. I used to teach kickboxing, so this resonated. Thank you. I agree with you. For me personally, I'm now more interested in low impact workouts because I was obsessed with HIIT workouts previously in my life. I always think about trying out something new. It depends on the breakup. I did different things depending on what need I have that didn't get met in the relationship. After the first breakup, I made a point of investing in my career, getting involved in community work, and made a point of prioritizing sex in my next relationship. After the second, I kept on volunteering and made professional achievements. This was out of spite, TBH, and finally went to grad school. More importantly, I finally found a therapist who specialized in my areas of need and was an amazing fit. I worked with her for 4 years and I did so much healing through her help. After the third, I took time to reflect on what to do in the next chapter of my life and committed to it. I moved to an entirely new city and took a challenging new job. Most recently, I'm prioritizing making friends, rediscovering myself and looking for things that give back to me. I leaned on my ex for support and for fun, and losing him was difficult for this reason, but I absolutely needed it and have been thriving. I'm so happy for you. This was a joy to read. Thank you for sharing. These are also crucial. Physically and mentally challenging activities. I started CrossFit and really got into lifting. Did a few long distance solo hikes in remote locations in Europe. That's amazing. Stoked for you. I definitely want to get back into lifting one day soon. Starting small for now, but fitness is so incredible and life-changing. Thanks for sharing. I, 31F, had a breakup a few months ago, and here's everything I've done. Kept myself busy for the first little while when I really needed distractions. This included keeping up with the workout routine I already had, spending more time wandering/shopping/thrifting than usual, making more plans with friends for drinks and dinner, and spending time video chatting family and friends that live far away. I reached out to friends for support and really learned who my true friends are and who wasn't really much of a friend at all. My circle became smaller, but I feel so much better about who I have in my life. kept seeing my therapist made a list of everything he used to take care of that I would have to start doing for myself, and slowly starting adding those things into my life, dealing with the landlord, picking up prescriptions, grocery shopping, etc. But also giving myself time and grace to get used to the transition. This was really scary, but also really empowering. Eventually I found I needed to transition from being busy and distracted most of the time to having more time alone to process and grieve. I spent a lot of time watching shows and movies, being outdoors, and sometimes just sitting with a coffee at home or at a coffee shop and just thinking, and people watching got bangs. I wouldn't recommend this to everyone, but I had been keeping my hair a specific style for my wedding, so when I didn't have the wedding anymore I thought back, quote, fuck it, and tried a hairstyle I'd been wanting to try but was too scared to try previously. I love it so much. I feel cute and sassy. Made a list of all the things I used to always put off due to low energy or low motivation or anxiety that I couldn't do them well, and started actually doing them. Deep clean the house. Check. Paint that bookcase. Check. Tune up my bike. Check. Get those stains out of my clothes that have been there forever. Check. This was especially empowering. Realizing I can do all these things myself, and also realizing I have a lot more energy now that I don't have relationship anxiety draining me regularly. Thought about things I used to love to do that I don't seem to do anymore, and started integrating those into my life. The main ones here have been reading and biking to the beach regularly. I feel a lot more like myself again. Loved all of this. Thank you /U0001F979. I am so proud of you and happy for you. Going to the read, and remember /U0001F6. I use the opportunity to try new things and keep busy. It felt like I suddenly had this influx of free time that sometimes served as a lonely reminder. Working out helped keep me busy and work off a little emotional funk. Also ask yourself if there was anything you couldn't do when you were in your relationship. Did your partner hate eating a certain cuisine or doing something that you enjoyed? Do that. I love this advice. Thanks for sharing /U0001F6. I'm making it a habit now to get back into the things you truly love and also felt like I couldn't do in the relationship. I'm learning to enjoy my solitude and it's brought me some profound gratitude. Getting back into fitness is something I'm really excited about. Starting with low impact stuff and just making sure I stretch and walk daily again. Bangs are never the answer. /U0001F6. I find myself going through the emotional stages of wanting to change or transform my hair, but I'm learning to live with it, love it and accept it. My hair is long, and I haven't highlighted it in almost 4 years now. As someone with wavy/curly hair, bangs have never been the answer for me either. SOOO deeply fucking appreciate everyone that had commented and sent love my way. Mega inspirational, thank you. Following because I need this too. I'm glad you asked the question. Do not be tempted to do revenge anything, revenge body, revenge weight loss/gain, revenge makeover, etc. Instead, focus on gifting yourself things that make you prosperous in the future. Remember that X is now a part of your past. You don't live there anymore. The best glow up emo is growing up and enjoying life for your own sake. Happy holidays. Cheers. I completely agree, and I enjoyed reading this, thank you. You don't live there anymore. Ugh, that /U200D. Happy holidays to you as well. Get hair extensions. Spend time on a hobby or interest that he wasn't into. I know it sounds cliche, but it's not just about distraction. A happy, active mind gives you a more confident energy that people will notice. I didn't think this was true until it happened to me, but it's real. I love this, and I totally agree with you. Thank you for the reminder, I appreciate you sharing. It's really helping me too right now. I have noticed in the last couple of days I'm feeling lighter and happier. The first 2 weeks were brutal. I had no interest in anything at all. Crafting, making art and journaling are bringing me back to life. Working on researching and finding more fun things to create solo. Let me tell you, I've had 3 glow ups and each one gets better than the last time. 1. I worked out 12 hours a week. I have a six-pack now. The cut in my lower legs could slice this man's throat. 2. One boyfriend was trying to make me into something I wasn't and didn't want to be. I was always super confident before Macup, but he kept pushing it. After we broke up, I went full-fledged, and now I knock men dead in their tracks as I walk by. 3. This last boyfriend. My accessory game has gone way up. I had the fitness from boyfriend 1, the fashion and Macup for boyfriend 2, but now I got amazing accessories. All of these things put together is just like all the finishing details. Each of them individually are small, but together it's boom. Get out my way. Of course. Doing the inside work too. Embracing who I'm regardless of what people think. Reflecting on my negative traits, but celebrating the positive, and realizing some things I thought were negative are actually a strength and vice versa. Finding out more of who I am. Loving myself, and not apologizing for it. Focus on loving yourself. Do anything and everything that makes you happy. Start those hobbies that you've always wanted to try. Redecorate your living space, or change up your wardrobe. Treat yourself to dinner, or a movie, or literally anything you desire. Focus on your physical and mental health. If there's room for improvement there, this is your era. Your time to flourish and shine. Stay positive. Appreciate all the benefits of being single. You've got this. /U0001FAF6. Yes. Thank you. /U0001FAF6 loved all of this so much. I fart in my own bed. When my husband left, I was a train wreck. I depended on him for so many things, including financial security. I had to move back home after the separation. I spent that next year working on myself. I was determined to get back on my feet. Went to therapy, reached out to friends, applied for jobs non-stop. I eventually landed my first full-time position in my field of study, and I hadn't even graduated yet. I moved to a new city for this job, both of which I absolutely love. Met an amazing new partner. Living by myself with my dog in my own apartment. The more I worked on myself, the easier it was for me to let him go. He actually called me up crying shortly after I moved to my new place, telling me he missed me. I'm not proud of making him feel that way, but it just goes to show how much a situation can change. I'm really proud of myself for reaching this point in my life. Hang in there, babe. After bad breakups I would run a lot. Sprints to get my anger out. I'd envision myself with a new revenge body. I'd zone out, and by the time I came to I'd be on mile 5 or 6 on the treadmill. If you're not big on running, I'd start by taking long walks. Also, to echo what other people have said, spend lots of time with your friends. I started running. This helped me lose the weight I gained while I was with him, and it helped me to manage my stress. When I ran my first half marathon, it felt amazing. I went on a solo camping trip in a beautiful national park I'd never been to before. I'd always been too scared to go camping alone, so actually doing it felt empowering. Then I went to a pagan festival where I was able to join in a feminine energy ritual. There were also bonfires at night with drumming and dancing. I took part in a sky-clad ritual, which my ex would have hated. I never felt comfortable expressing my spirituality around my ex, and I repressed that part of myself when we were together. That's on me, and that was a huge mistake. That festival brought me back to life. Probably the most important thing I did was focusing more on my friendships and family relationships. I also did some counseling as well as lots of journaling, and like most everyone else here, I got my hair done. Also got braces for myself. We were supposed to get married, so I decided I should get to spend some of that money on something else instead. They're still on, but the wait will be worth it. I don't think this advice has been given yet, so I'll say, go do something you've been wanting to do, but felt too scared to do. It feels so good to push through fear and prove to yourself that hey, you can do this, because you're a badass. The best advice I would give is use that free time to hang out with your friends. Reconnect with old friends that you have always wanted to see again. Travel alone is also fine. And of course spend some time with your family. Life is good and not as complicated as we think. I spent consistent time and effort building equally reciprocated friendships. I got a new job at a restaurant and worked like crazy to take my mind off of it, force me to be social, and I made lots of new friends in the process. So then I filled my time with work and friends while I recovered financially and figured out my next step. Also, doing whatever you want with nobody to hold you back is so empowering. And yes girl, new clothes, hair, and nails works wonders too. I spent a lot of time with my friends, and even if I didn't feel like being social, I'm already pretty introverted for the most part, I'd force myself to go out. The way I saw it was I needed to broaden my worldview beyond my current little bubble and the life I had with my ex. Meeting new people reminded me constantly of how much there is out there that I don't know, but now have the chance to explore. I did also meet new guys that, while I didn't seriously date, helped me see there are more fishes out there, so to speak. And low-key it felt nice that other men found me attractive / enjoyed being around me. Plus I did forge some new friendships from meeting new PPL / potential new partners that didn't work out. First step, if you haven't already, block them on everything. Cell number, social media, etc. You don't need them randomly popping up ever. After that, I focused on meditation and yoga, living in the present, so I'd stop obsessing about the past and future. Read The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. If you're not a reader, watch some of his videos. I started using Headspace daily as well, to learn how to meditate. I'm sure there's a bunch of meditation apps out there, but this one worked for me. Slowly I became me again. A better version of the old me even. I was more content with myself and my life than I ever had been before.